We are constantly told to, dig the well before we're thirsty.
Right.
But the problem is, human psychology is just incredibly terrible at executing that advice.
Oh, completely terrible. I mean, our brains are basically hardwired to care about the tiger jumping out of the bushes right now.
Exactly. Not some theoretical drought that might happen next summer.
Yeah, which creates this really fascinating paradox because the individuals who actually survive the tigers or, the massive economic downturns, they're the ones who somehow trick their brains into preparing when there is absolutely zero pressure to do so.
And that paradox is our mission for today's deep dive.
Yes, it is.
We are exploring the hidden mechanics behind the question, why does preparation create success? And our lens for this is the Water King class magician storyline from Mushoku Tensei.
And I want to be clear here. We are not doing an anime recap.
No, definitely not.
We are treating this as a premium case study in resilience and discipline. I mean, stripping away the fantasy elements, we're looking at a family dealing with a devastating loss. And rather than just collapsing into despair, they channel that intense grief into proactive momentum. They plant crops, they learn new skills, they start creative projects that won't actually yield results for years.
Like the protagonist Rudeus, who proactively begs to learn this incredibly complex Water King lightning magic.
Yeah.
There's no immediate villain at his door. He's just doing it to protect his family in some theoretical future.
Exactly.
And parallel to that, you have characters like Julian Norn spending 2 whole years slowly crafting a doll and writing a book.
Just to rehabilitate a misunderstood tribe's reputation, which is brilliant, honestly, because you can't just argue away ingrained societal prejudice.
No, you really can't.
But by creating a masterpiece, a tangible cultural artifact, they bypass people's defensive biases. Building that, though, requires thousands of hours of unseen, monotonous microactions.
Well, let me challenge you on that a bit.
Sure.
Because I'll argue that this peacetime preparation is actually the hardest type of work to execute.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, think about career development. If your company announces layoffs, you will gladly stay up until 2 a.m. updating your resume.
Oh, yeah, the panic sets in.
Right. But trying to aggressively build an emergency fund or upskill when your job feels perfectly secure, there is no adrenaline to fuel you. You're basically fighting your own biology.
You are. But that lack of adrenaline is the exact reason those microactions are mandatory.
How so?
Well, if you try to overhaul your entire career on a random sunny Tuesday, your brain's fear center just rejects the massive energy expenditure.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, but by breaking the prep down to just reading one chapter or like writing one page a day, you slip past your own internal resistance. You build an automatic system.
You cannot maintain that solo system forever, though.
No, definitely not.
That isolated grind inevitably forces you to rely on a trusted network, which brings us to how these characters handle leadership and relationships.
Right, like how Rudeus honors his teacher, Roxy.
Yes, he doesn't just send her a nice thank you note. He instantly masters her spell.
He shows her a tangible return on her investment.
Exactly.
And we see a similar emotional intelligence with Lilia and the late family patriarch, Paulo. Lilia had really complex boundary issues with him, yet she brings this dried fruit cake to his memorial.
A cake he actively hated.
Actively hated.
Yeah.
But she does it because she recognizes he used to choke it down solely out of love for his family.
Which is such a profound way to heal past friction. Instead of pretending his flaws didn't exist, she acknowledges his unspoken sacrifices.
Right.
And to push back on modern corporate habits for a second, this is the difference between a colleague who actively implements your harsh project feedback versus someone who ignores your advice but sends a polite thank you email with a smiley face.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Because action is the only true currency of gratitude.
Yeah.
When you respect someone's boundaries or their expertise through actual tangible results, you transform a transactional relationship into a deeply resilient alliance.
But pouring all your energy into grinding out those results and maintaining those alliances, that carries a massive risk of burnout.
It really does.
Which is why I love the moment where Rudeus finally casts that lightning spell. He just stops dead in his tracks.
He's completely mesmerized.
Yeah, by the sheer dazzling natural beauty of the magic itself. It snaps him back to his original pure fascination.
Because willpower is a finite resource. From a psychological standpoint, if you only prepare out of fear or obligation, the tank eventually empties.
Right.
Experiencing genuine awe shifts your brain from avoiding failure to experiencing joy. And that naturally refills the motivational tank.
It's like the difference between studying a language just to pass a corporate exam versus pausing to appreciate a beautiful piece of poetry in that language.
Exactly. So bringing all this together, it paints a pretty clear roadmap for long-term success.
It really does. You secure your future by preparing when it's quiet, using micro steps.
Right. You build trust by showing gratitude through results and respecting boundaries.
And you sustain the whole thing by reconnecting with your original purpose.
Perfect summary.
Which brings this deep dive right to your doorstep. I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over today.
Go for it.
If you knew for an absolute fact that your next major life challenge was arriving exactly 1 year from today, what specific seed would you wish you had planted this afternoon?